went to Maggiano's, which is like this Italian restaurant. We went
Oh,
there,
dude, you just reminded me of Maggiano's. It's
right?
so
What's
fucking
Place is so
good
good.
there.
Maggiano's?
Yeah. It's like a it's kind of like an upscale Italian restaurant. Not like super fancy, but kind of fancy.
Where
Uh,
a mid-tier sized mob boss would go to eat.
yeah,
Oh, hell
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. Like a
Gotta go
moderately
there now.
successful drug dealer would eat there regularly. Played a little bit of fucking Modern Warfare 2. Still enjoying that. It's still just COD, so like I can't play it for hours and hours like we used to, but it's still fun. So
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
just played BO4 recently with a friend. It's been a while since I
oh, there you
played.
go.
I
Yeah.
I saw that you streamed that. I was like, that's an interesting pick right there.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
dude,
because
we
she had just found, it was my friend, she had just found out she was pregnant, and the last time, the last time we streamed BO4, she just found out she was getting a cat. She she was talking to this person who put an ad out for their cat, and while we were streaming is when she got a text back. So she was like, we gotta keep the tradition going. We gotta talk about how she just found out she's pregnant on stream while we were streaming BO4.
all right. Myself, it's been doing pretty good. It's a long Thanksgiving break. I only worked Monday and Tuesday. So like
Nice.
Wednesday and on, I've just been grinding, man. Not grinding, but just been kind of relaxing, chilling out.
Oh, I
Got
heard
some.
crying, and I was like, you good, man? You alright?
No, not crying, not crying. No, I'm good. I'm
Crying
good, man.
Thanksgiving's rough on
ruthlessly
everybody.
for
Nah.
days and days.
Been all right. Been all right. I swear.
Uncle Joe just wouldn't
But
stop talking politics, and the waterworks just kept on rolling.
It's too much.
oh fuck, Uncle Joe. I actually have a Grandpa Joe. It's funny. But
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa
did a lot of
Joe.
Black Friday shopping.
Fun fact: the game dev that I work for is actually the kid of my old high school director. And that's how I found out about it, was because
Cool.
my old high school director, I'm actually friends with on Facebook, and she posted about how her kid was making a game and how she was holding auditions. So I just clicked the link, went through the whole audition process. There was no networking involved with this because I talked to my director after. I was like, "Did you have anything to do with this?" And she goes, "No, I wasn't allowed to see the cast list." So I literally just auditioned spur of the moment just cuz I don't know, it was my first time getting back into acting for a few years actually. Like I'd say probably 2 years before COVID. So 4 years total. I had just stopped acting, and if I wouldn't have done Trick, I probably wouldn't have auditioned for that. So I owe a lot of this to Trick. But what happened was I just one day saw it and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna audition. Why not?
Yeah.
The worst they can say is no." I had the
Right.
equipment. I had the microphone just waiting for me. I set it up and auditioned, and I got a part.
You know what type of game it is? Like a side scroller or RPG?
It's gonna be an RPG. It takes a lot of inspiration from like the whole Fire Emblem style.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a
Yeah,
tactical based, like grid based game.
yeah. From what I understand, yes. And there is already talk of a sequel.
Dude, that's fucking cool. I thought it was gonna be like a side. It kind of sounds like a side scroller kind of game, but if a tactics game, dude, I'm gonna buy that just to, like to support you and stuff. But I might make a video or stream it or something because I love those kind of games. Eddie knows.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man.
I'm very excited for it to come
So
out. I'm excited for the trailer. I have no idea when the trailer's coming out.
yeah, there'll be a trailer. And the Steam page you said it's gonna be coming up in the coming weeks.
Yeah, the Steam page, I know that the game is going to be released around March of 2023. That's pretty much all I know. And if that's the release date, the Steam page has got to be coming up any.
So the game is called what can you reveal about the game itself?
Well, the game is going to be called Dragon Fruit: A Mother's Love, and I can tell you a bit about the premise. It basically starts off with this uh, princess, practically. She wanted to go on an adventure like one in her storybook, so she snuck out of the castle, and she falls into a hole and gets caught by a bandit, pretty much. And the whole premise of it is pretty much that she's finding out that the people who work for her aren't as good as she thought they were. Like, hang on. I wrote down one of the quotes from the script. Let me grab my phone real quick. Right
Okay.
here. Here it is. But one of the quotes from the script is, I think it was the bandit was saying it to her. So the bandit's name is Kestrel. Large army means small pay, not to mention a lot of corruption gonna fall through the cracks. That's one of the lines from the game. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, Eddie, you know what after the first show, which was Seth's,
Oh.
I went out to meet them after the show ended just to say like you're doing great and stuff. And like towards the end, they like they had another character. What's his name? What's the other white guy's name?
Matt?
Yeah. So they brought Matt over to me. He's taller than me. He's like, other token white guy meet token white guy.
Hell
Old
yeah.
token white guy, meet current token white guy.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have to do any like? Because is your character is like a side character? Is you only an NPC that you talk to, or is it someone that like is gonna be like in battles?
Well, you fight my character.
Oh,
Whoa.
interesting.
Yeah.
Exclusive. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you fight my character,
Okay.
and maybe a bit of a spoiler. Not huge spoiler. I may come fight for you at some point.
Which
Oh,
sides?
a third
Possibly.
Pennant podcast exclusive. This is great. Okay, so did you have to do any like grunt noises? Like if you're
Yeah.
getting like hit, you're like
Yeah, I
"Ah,
did.
ugh."
I did.
That's all I
It
wanted
Always
to
makes
know.
me laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what was the whole experience like?
It was okay, so basically when I walked in, they had their own setup, their own sound booth in their house, like a whole room dedicated to it pretty much. So
Mhm.
just walking in, seeing their giant house, just walking in, seeing their sound booth, it was pretty intimidating. I had never been a part of anything like that. So I was like, "Oh god, what am I doing here?" Um but then I actually sat down in the booth where everything was even like it had padding and stuff. It was like even more. There was a curtain between us. It felt nice and small and cozy, like I was in a cubby pretty much. And
Yeah.
they had me doing the lines, and they were giving me feedback through the curtain. And every now and then they'd open the curtain to offer me water. um, and it was really interesting because anytime I messed up a line, instead of having to read the whole page over or anything, I could just immediately just take a breath, redo the line. It was a very interesting experience in the sense that I had never done anything like that before, where it's like, oh, okay, this can just keep rolling smoothly. It was really interesting
Mhm.
to see how they put all that together, and I can't wait to see how it comes together in post too. Um, it was really interesting doing the character development for it there too, because it wasn't like a play where you have months and months to develop a sense of character. Pretty much what
Yeah.
happened was I got told I was in, got sent the script, got sent the script summary, and then was told, okay, this is your character. When are you ready? You're ready next week? All right, we'll schedule it next week then. And then literally a week after getting the script, I'm there and I have a sense of character and I'm just told to read. And then once you're done, you're done. Everything else is left to the people who put it together. So it's really interesting how fast it went. I wasn't expecting. The character the voice I did for the character I play, his voice is very exaggerated, very shrill,
Okay.
and very animated, pretty much. And
Great.
Mhm.
the I would say the hardest thing about that wasn't acting with my voice that way. It was keeping it going for as long as it needed to go.
Right.
Because like I
Okay.
said, I was there for hours. Just yeah. I feel like
Right.
that aspect of it is more difficult than learning how to just act with your voice rather than your body. And even then, if you want to portray that acting with your voice and you want to use your body to help you with that, I mean, I was in a booth. I could actually move my body as well.
Or,
I couldn't
yeah.
like pace
Right.
around. I couldn't walk around, but I could still do hand gestures even though I wasn't you weren't gonna see.
Of course. Well, this this does bring us to the end of the interview. But just to close out, what are your last thoughts on the game that's coming out? Your play that you just finished up, and the play that you're looking forward to. Let's get an outro here going.
I will say everything has just got me very excited for the future, and I can't wait to see what projects I'm going to be a part of next.
Awesome, awesome.
Also,
What's up?
uh, anyone out there who wants to get into voice acting, give it a try because you never know if you're going to get something or not.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
And this is your first. How did it feel to be interviewed for your, I assume, first time?
Oh yeah, this is definitely my first time being interviewed. It was very interesting, and I enjoyed the whole experience of it. And I'm glad that the first time I
Cool.
got to be interviewed, it was by a friend. So,
Yeah. Awesome. What are your plans for future content in terms of the Overcast side of things?
just keep doing what we're doing. We genuinely enjoy what we're doing now, where we all just hang out as friends and just take some time away from school and our busy schedules to just have fun.
But I'm not sure. I have to double check. This is a long outro. Taking care of yourselves. Christmas season's upon us. Drive safe. And thank you again, Seth, for coming and doing an interview with us. Check out Dragon Fruit, A Mother's Love when it comes out March 2023. See you guys.